Hello everyone, this is Mayan Batak and welcome to my vlog too. Today we're going to tackle about teaching with technology. The technology has changed the world of teaching and learning. How we use makes the difference. So why use technology? We use technology for interactivity, content delivery or revision, managing learning and resources, collaboration, sense of cohort, variety of teaching and learning preferences, and lastly for formative and summative assessment. How does it help? It helps allow students more control of their own learning, allows lecturers to guide more and teach less, allows students to build up knowledge and become part of the teaching process, and can also provide some really engaging learning experiences. And teacher can provide also scaffolding and safety nets. And also at rest, students can be identified more quickly. And lastly, it helps collaborating can be very well supported. And now let's go to best practices in higher education and teaching with technology. So number 1, good practice encourages contacts between students and faculty. Number 2, good practice develops reciprocity and cooperation among students. Number 3, good practice uses active learning techniques. And lastly, number 4, good practice gives prompt feedback. So next is, what is technological teaching? For some, it might mean using PowerPoint or student classroom response systems in lectures. Others may think of podcasting lectures, and still others may think of specific disciplinary applications, such as designing web-based, interactive learning modules, and simulation to teach skills and concepts. And now, technology infuses. Technology infuses classrooms with digital learning tools such as computers and handheld devices, expand course offerings, experiences, and learning materials. And now let's move on to blended learning. Blended learning opportunities incorporate both face-to-face and learning opportunities. The degree to which online learning takes place and the way it is integrated into the curriculum can vary across schools. And next up, strategy of blending. The strategy of blending online learning with school-based instruction is often utilized to accommodate students' diverse learning styles and to enable them to work before or after school in ways that are not possible with full-time conventional classroom instruction. And now let's move to instructional technology. Instructional technology, or IT, has become an important part of teaching and learning within the classroom, as well as working with fully online environments. Resources for educating and assisting faculty about the best practices for using technology has become crucial. Using technology to enhance teaching and learning practices in the classroom is becoming a commonplace. Students constantly interact with technologies such as iPads, mobile phones, the internet, and social networking tools outside the classroom, and have an expectation that these technologies will also support their learning in the classroom. Learning is seen as essentially a social process, requiring communication among learner and teacher. This social process cannot effectively be replaced by technology, although technology may facilitate it. So now let's move on to learner-centered teaching. It includes the learner in decisions about curriculum, instruction, and assessment, acknowledges respect and accommodates differences in background, abilities, styles, and experiences, and lastly, treats learners as co-creator in the teaching and learning processes. And now we're going also to tackle about PowerPoint. In making PowerPoint, we need to be simple or simplify difficult material. We need to use it as a supplement, not the entire presentation. And lastly, we need to focus on learning, not on technology. So here are the more important PowerPoint tips. First is humans see graphic first, then text. 2. Keep information in a logical flow. 3. 6 points or less per slide or page. And then 4. Use large type consistently, minimum 24 point. And lastly, employ other media board overheads if possible. So why integrate? Technology do not bring about revolution. People do. So here are the some questions. How do students learn? How can teachers help students learn better? So now let's move on to integrating internet-based technology into teaching or learning. So in internet-based, we have internet and email. So in listen or discussion boards, there are video conference, whiteboards, and personal digital assistants or PDA. So now let's move on to infusing technology into classrooms. So how is technology used as a tool to enhance education? It is used to communicate, collaborate, and it used also to content engagement, organization, or management. So next is technology integration. The goal of technology integration is to use technology seamlessly in the classroom so that the technology itself is invisible in support of learning, as standard-based in curriculum. Employing technology provides a variety of new ways to learn and in the process fosters independent thinking, problem solving, and collaborative learning. So in technology integration, we need to implement, integrate, and infuse seamlessly technology, participate in technology-based in instruction, storyboard of lesson plan, and scaffolding templates. And then how to step by step infuse resources, funding, software, equipment, people training, supplies, and students. And lastly, it allows flexibility and rule shift. So here are the top 10 integration tips. Number 1, focus on the learning objective. Number 2, make it interactive and fun. Number 3, problem-based activities will engage and make relevant for students. Number 4, do it yourself first. And number 5, build relationships. Number 6, talk about copyright often. Number 7, know the standards, information literacy standards. Number 8, revise teaching style to accommodate technology or adaptation. Number 9, use peer observations and online video demonstrations as often as possible to learn more. And lastly, number 10, tap into your student creativity. So now let's move on to integrating internet-based technology into teaching and learning. It increased satisfaction level of teachers with a level of support for using education technology. And also it increased number of teachers incorporating use of education technology as regular part of their instructional techniques. And lastly, it increased opportunities for all adult learners to gain experience with computer technologies and develop technological skills. So now let's move on to the last topic of technological teaching, which is the 4 key areas in technological teaching are increased learner motivation, advanced topics mastered, students acting as experts, and lastly, it has a better outcomes on standardized tests. And that's the end of my topic. Thank you and God bless.